I meet other women out and about, I tell them about metabolic balance and what it's done for me, and just the importance of like putting yourself first, because you've really just got to learn how to take care of yourself. And then, you know, for me, I've been such a better mother and wife and friend because I'm able to, you know, I'm in a healthy spot. I'm not a burden on anybody anymore. I felt improvements all the time. Like I still even feel like I'm getting better. So I think there's, nothing to lose giving it a go.
Hello and welcome to the Metabolic Balance podcast. This is where we share real stories about metabolic balance and personalized nutrition. Today, I am delighted to welcome a returning guest. So, Ellie Robison, she did her plan back in 22. She joined us last year to share her story, but now we're a year on and she is coming back to really tell us how long-term MB has helped her. So I'm Cherry Wills, I'm your host, and I'm delighted to say a big hello again to Ellie.
Hey Terry, how are you going?
And I'm so grateful you joined us. You have squeezed this into your very busy schedule. So you're joining us from your car, which I love it. You've just like made this happen, which is really grateful to you for doing that. So let's have a quick recap for those people who may not have heard the podcast from last year. Just a quick recap. Where were you back in 21? And you started in June 22. So where were you before that? What was the reason you did MB?
So it was around my mid-20s. I just started suffering with a lot of like gynaecological symptoms, even like a few neurological and heart stuff. And it was all just compounding, and you know, I'd tried so many different diets and saw so many different doctors, naturopaths, bought every supplement on the market. Like I was actually, before I started Metabolic Balance, just at my wit's end. Like I'd pretty much stopped doing everything because I just, you know, nothing was working and I'd given up. But I was in a endometriosis group and I just saw someone mention that Metabolic Balance had helped them. And even though I'd tried everything, I just thought, oh, maybe this will be the thing. I didn't go into it with high hopes or expectations or anything, but I just thought, like, what have I got to lose? And then I found Sharyn and she wasn't far from me. And I thought, um, you know, it wouldn't actually hurt to have someone to guide me and hold my hand and, you know, make sure I stay on track. Because I think that's the hardest thing, especially when you're unwell, is just to stick to anything. And then I got in contact with Sharyn and got started. And I just found, you know, having that person to keep you accountable was just really what kept me going. And then, even though I told her not to tell me how metabolic balance worked, I was like, I just want to do it. I don't want to think about it. I'd thought about everything just far too much. It did teach me a lot, even though I told her not to tell me anything. It just, you know, subconsciously, just how it has you planning your meals and eating every day, it just taught me so much about how we should all be eating, like normally.
So endometriosis, that was one of your main problems, but then there was also neurological issues happening as well. You're in your mid-20s. I think also you kids. You've got, how many kids have you got?
I've got 3 of my own and I foster 2 other children as well, so I've got 5. I just had my 3 when I started, so it was kind of good timing that
Yeah.
I got my health back, so I've been able to handle the challenge of having 5 children.
And so you're a busy mum. You were feeling terrible because the weight, there was a weight gain as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, so I was 30 kilos heavier, probably more than, I don't weigh myself very much anymore, but I was a good 30 kilos bigger than this. Yeah, and weight loss was just going to be the cherry on top. I was just unwell. I just wanted to be well.
Yeah.
You know, aside from feeling well, the weight being off has been a massive benefit. Like it just makes day to day so much easier and happier and more doable.
So there was just obviously a massive degree of inflammation in your body, is how I would have said at that time. You were in pain, you were tired, probably not sleeping very well.
Yeah, I was in struggling driving even the kids to school, and even just during the day, just getting things done was huge. Like it was a lot of effort.
So exercise also wouldn't have been something you would have been able to do.
Definitely not.
Because I'm saying that because I happen to know that you've just come straight from the gym. You've been at the gym and now you're fitting us in there. So again, this has been quite a big lifestyle change in everything. But like 3 years ago, would you have thought you'd be fitting in the gym and doing the gym? And
No. So I've got quite into like endurance sort of sports. Like I did a triathlon a few months ago. I did a fitness race. Like I'm training again for another one, and I never in a million years thought that that would be me doing that. Like it even feels a bit weird sometimes. I'm like, oh, is this me? But I'm so grateful that it is. Like every day's quite, exercise brings me so much joy, and fueling for that brings me a lot of joy. Like I just feel like I'm putting good stuff in and a lot of good stuff's coming out. Yeah. And I never thought that would be me.
so as a teenager, you weren't particularly sporty?
I was a dancer. Like I started dancing when I was like 3. So yeah, it's sort of been in me to be active, but definitely as the health issues mounted, I was less and less active, which was hard.
When did the health issues really start? I'm intrigued.
It was, I think the endometriosis was like early 20s before I had kids. I just started getting like a bit of this tummy. Like I'd always had quite a flat stomach, and then I started getting this. Well, now I know it's called endo belly. Yes, I just started gaining a bit of weight there, and then through each pregnancy, it just got worse. And now I can see like how diet plays such a huge role in those diseases. Like I haven't had a scan for a while, but I know I would still have endometriosis in there, but it's not, because I'm managing it with diet and exercise. I'm not hugely symptomatic.
Yeah, and I think we're not talking about curing. We're talking about actually just giving you the best chance of fighting that inflammation on a day-to-day basis and keeping yourself as well as you can be.
Yeah, yeah, because I think if you go into it with that mindset, and you're not getting the results, it's easier to fall off the wagon. Whereas I just kind of went into it like whatever happens, happens, and I still have that mentality. Like I just keep going because like why not? Like, because I know what the other side of it will be. Yeah,
You know how you'd feel. I mean, that's what I think. You don't you can't change how you would respond to the wrong food, and that's what was happening before. So now, yeah, when the right food's coming in, you can have get what you want out of life.
yeah, yeah. And I don't miss my old way of eating at all.
What was your old way of eating?
I wasn't particular, like I didn't eat fast food or anything, but I think it was more not um eating enough protein, not balancing meals. Like that's what everything I eat now has got, you know, fiber, fat, protein and carbs in it. Like that, I'm getting the most out of every time I eat. Like I wasn't doing that before. Like probably before I would have just something quite carb rich, and I haven't got the protein and the fiber to help, you know. So that's what I'm really conscious of now. Every time I eat a meal, it's got to have everything in it.
Yeah. And do you find that you feel the difference quite quickly when you're not eating well? Because times happen to all of us. We're always going to have the odd time where you're not eating quite right.
I have the odd like meal that's not part of my daily routine, but I'm quick to like I don't let that send me downhill. Because I think that's probably where I used to go wrong before, was like one bad meal just turned into like a bad month. Whereas now I can have something that's not the best, and like I know the next meal's going to be fine. Like it does, I don't have that anxiety, or even like I just don't feel like I'm missing out. Like I eat whatever and I don't have to have it again, like necessarily like the next day or anything, like because I just know it just feels better to look good and feel good than to eat whatever that was. It doesn't. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah. How old are your kids?
So they range from 13 to 2.
so that's a beautiful range, but also it's a time where a lot of fussy eating and they're starting to make their own choices with their food, the 13-year-old much more. And so have you found that you being on track and knowing what you need to do has helped you in that way too, in being a mum?
Oh, definitely. And I'm a good role model to the kids. Like they see what I'm doing and they're quite happy to eat what I eat. Like they're really good at just eating what I eat, which makes it a lot easier. So, yeah. Yeah. And I think there's like not a lot of confusion there because that's just what we do in our house. Like I allow like junk food and stuff, but we just don't have it in the house. Like they can have a treat while we're out, but they just know that it's not something we do every day.
Just balanced eating at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah. Have you had any sort of doctor's appointments about how things have gone over the last 3 years? Have doctors mentioned anything to you?
So I was seeing a gynecologist and I've got like my GP as well, and they both say to me all the time, I wish all my patients were like you. Because I think, not a lot of us take our health into our own hands. Like we do kind of hope the doctor can give us a pill or tell us what to do, but it really comes down to, keeping ourselves strong.
Yeah.
They can't really do it for us. Like we've got to do the work.
I think it's about knowing what to do though, isn't it? I think that's where I feel it's such a struggle for so many people, is that they would love to do the work, as in they'd love to be able to manage health more naturally or on a day-to-day basis. But like you said, you wanted to, but you tried everything and nothing had really worked until you came across MB.
Yeah. And I think it's worked for me because it just resonated already with what I believe. Like it's not a fad diet, it's just really teaching you how to eat normally. Like I found it really easy to stick to. Like I still eat that way every day now. It's been sustainable for me.
I mean, that is what it is. It is sustainable. It's just healthy eating at the end of the day. But learning for you what actually works for you and what foods work for you. Yeah.
And my GP does recommend, like, since I've done this, he's got the pamphlets in his office and he does give them to people and he tells them all about my story and how, yeah, so I'm glad that I've been able to have that impact in that, you know,
Absolutely. And tell us, how did you do in your triathlon? What did you get any PBs, personal bests, or anything like that?
I was actually quite sick when I did it. I learned a lesson that like I don't have to be a hero every day. Like I can if I'm not well. Like I just picked up a virus from the kids.
Oh no, that's the way it happens though sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've been battling another one too, like lately yeah, I've had a month where I've been quite, influenza and all that. But, I just push through it now, like and I just keep looking after myself and that's all I can do really.
What are your sort of hopes for the future now? What have you got any particular goals of what you feel you'd love to achieve?
Like I do jujitsu with the kids now, so like one day in 10 years time I'd love to be a black belt. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind doing another triathlon and even like running's been my real joy. I run all the time. Would like to get a bit faster. Yeah, just I'd like to just be able to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, just hearing you talk about what you're achieving just on a day-to-day basis, and it is about just being your best self for your body shape and type. And I mean, like you say, you've lost 30 kilos, but it's not necessarily. like it's not necessarily the weight loss, but it's actually where your body naturally sits in order to be able to be active and do what you want to do.
Yeah. No, I've been really, well, I shouldn't say it was luck, 'cause it's been lots of hard work, but every day I feel quite blessed. Like, I wake up and I just think I've been given another chance at life. Like, I never thought this is what I'd be doing close to 40. Like, I thought I'd be slowing down, but it's a nice feeling knowing that, I'm getting better as I keep training and doing PBs in the gym and stuff like that. Like, I really am driven to keep going.
Yeah. What would you say to others who are, a woman who's struggling with endometriosis? 'Cause you've been there. You remember how it felt with the pain and the bloating and the tiredness and the weight gain and just the unwanted feelings. What would you say?
Yeah, I definitely, if I meet other women out and about, I tell them about metabolic balance and what it's done for me, and just the importance of, like, putting yourself first, because you've really just got to learn how to take care of yourself. And then, for me, I've been such a better mother and wife and friend because I'm able to, I'm in a healthy spot. I'm not a burden on anybody anymore. Like, and doing this actually helps everyone around you as well, because it is such a debilitating disease, and those around you feel quite helpless because there's not really anything anyone can do. And I think it's just worth a go. Like, there's nothing to lose trying it. And now it's been 3 years. I was happy to go after the 3 months, like, keep going. I just felt good. I felt improvements all the time. Like, I still even feel like I'm getting better. So I think there's, yeah, nothing to lose giving it a go.
I mean, 3 years, that often so many of the research out there, it's short-term interventions. What happens for a woman after 3 weeks or 6 weeks, but we're really looking at 3 years of knowing what your food needs to be and eating your lovely food that is fully balanced on a plate, not just enjoying fresh foods with your family, and you're going from strength to strength.
Yeah, I think it's worth a go. Like, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best thing I ever did. Like, I think, yeah, it was fate that I just happened to see that post that day, and I just think to myself, oh, if I didn't see that, I wouldn't have done it. So I hadn't really heard about metabolic balance before.
Yeah, that's the job we have, is to get the program out there, getting people to know that this education around food really is available. And like it's just education, isn't it? It's just you learn what you need to do.
Yeah, and it feels, I like how you've got the foods that are for your body too. Like, that's a nice feeling. Like, I know that's my food.
It's a fully positive, forward focused approach, isn't it?
And I actually found grocery shopping and stuff so much easier when I just had my list. Like, everything else is over there, and then this is just my food. Like, I actually found it so much easier, because sometimes, when there's too much choice, like, there's just,
When you're not feeling great, it's hard to make those kind of good choices. You don't even know where to go.
yeah, yeah. But I found, yeah, once I got into it, it's just easy. Like, I just know what I need to do. I know where all my foods are, and, I've got recipes that I still eat like 3 years later.
Any final little message that you would send out to anybody?
I think anyone who just wants to truly take care of themselves should try metabolic balance. It's just a real nurturing. Oh, and having the coach too, like, that's why, I wanted to come on last time with Sharyn too, because that's such a big part of it, I think, just being nurtured and held by that person, and having that person to, you know, hold you accountable as well, because sometimes it's easy to, like, I really didn't want to let Sharon down. Like, I wanted to go in, and I wanted the scales to be less every time, and, like, yeah, I think that helps.
Whenever you want something to really change in your life, having somebody to guide you through it just opens the way so much easier, doesn't it? I mean, like even like in the gym, you've probably got a PT or somebody that's just teaching you and showing you a better way of doing things, not working it out for yourself. I'm always of just in despair when we're told we've got to work everything out for ourselves. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, and it's hard if you haven't got a background in nutrition or in exercise. Like, I still have a PT now, so I've been working out for a year, and I still see one 3 times a week just to have that person. Because and there's that allotted time, like I go in at that time and I get it done. Otherwise, if it was up to me, I'd be doing the dishes or, like putting everything else first. But I have to be there at that time, so I go. And I think that's what was good with the weight loss too. Like, I just saw Sharyn every second Friday, and yeah, that was just my life, how it started and how I got, into the rhythm of it.
yeah, yeah. Thank you again, Ellie. I think just having this quick recap with you just to show and just to hear how things are ongoing, just getting better and better. Last time we spoke, it was 2 years after you'd done MB. Now it's 3 years after you. So, and it's exciting. It's exciting to know that, you're excited about the future ahead of you and what you can, what you're going to be able to achieve. I'm really pleased. And thank you for fitting us into your very busy day, because that's what it is, as a mum of 5 kids, yeah, youngest being 2, and you look fantastic as well. It's just, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled for what you've got out of the program.
Yeah, no, every day is like quite joyful from doing it. Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So, if anybody would like to hear more about metabolic balance, just check out the episodes in the podcast. And we'll put a link to the original episode with Ellie and her coach, Sharyn, as well, and the link to get in touch. But you can find out more, get your own plan, find your local coach by looking on the website, metabolicbalance.com. And in the meantime, a big thank you again to Ellie. And I hope everybody, enjoyed hearing that, more of Ellie's story. And, maybe we'll catch up again in a couple of years' time and hear more about what you've achieved.
Yeah, oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ellie.